So today, we are doing a sad video. That sounds absolutely ridiculous, but I do mean it, because there are a bunch of pro wrestlers, a bunch of sports entertainers right now, who come 2023 and forever may never be coming back. So given that there are a bunch of rumors and speculation out there, I thought that I, Simon from What Culture, would stop on by and tell you exactly this. Because here's 8 wrestlers who may never be coming back. I'm repeating myself. Number 8, Randy Orton. Now this is what spurned on this list, because there have been so many news reports and so much chatter about Randy Orton recently, and we definitely know he had some kind of back surgery. But when you go out there into the greater world, there's also a bunch of wrestling statesmen saying things like, well, if Randy Orton is as injured as I've heard, I don't think he should ever get back in the ring again. What? And there's also individuals saying the fusion surgery he went through was the same as Shawn Michaels Part 1 did, and of course we know we got Shawn Michaels Part 2, but I think this is very concerning, and I think this is very alarming, because before the Viper had to go away, I thought he was doing the best damn work of his career. Which is so damn happy. And look, think about the amount of wrestlers that have been able to overcome crazy adversity and get back in the squared circle. But we also have to remember that health and happiness comes first. And if Randy Orton does have to retire, flub me sideways, he absolutely smashed it. That dude is still an underrated worker. When you know, you know. It's like Blink 182, down. It's all the small things. Number 7, RTruth. Now RTruth is a living legend and hero and should be inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame 4 times over, because you've got comedy RTruth and there's serious RTruth and there's tag team RTruth and then there's little Jimmy. And recently he went down to NXT to have a match. He did a flip over the rope and he tore his damn quad. This was actually quite surprising for Truth, because that guy is bulletproof. He never got hurt. And also, go on Google right now and look up RTruth from 2011 and RTruth from 2022. He just doesn't age, so I want whatever he's smoking. The only reason that this is a bit worrying is that Ron Killings is 50 years old, even though once again he doesn't look it, and a torn quad is a serious injury. And we know this is wrestling fans, because we all remember Triple H, we all remember Vince McMahon, and we all remember Kevin Nash. So there's every chance when he is done with his rehab, his in-ring days may be over, but honestly, keep putting him on the damn show either way. He brings so much joy and so much entertainment to my heart. Flippin' love him. Number 7, CM Punk. So we move away from injuries now, and instead we are going to talk controversy. Because as of right now, as of me talking to you, we don't know what CM Punk is going to do. Maybe he will come back to AEW, maybe somehow he'll go back to WWE. But given that these aren't certainties, there's every chance that CM Punk may never be coming back to wrestling. Now that seems like an absolutely crazy thing to say, because in 2020, we were all saying this. Then he came back in 2021, and then by the summer of 2022, he was gone. I don't know who was right, I don't know who was wrong. I'm not going to get into any of that, the ups and downs, the left, the rights, and the centers. I just hope everyone involved is happy and healthy and is feeling good about themselves. But this is such a wild roller coaster. I don't know what's going to happen next. Like if all of a sudden CM Punk told us he was going to do an indie scene run, I'd just do shrug emoji. I'd be like, of course that's what CM Punk doing. Why the hell wouldn't he? But even if he does have that wrestling itch and he wants it scratched, if he can't come to a deal with Triple H, I don't know if there's a place for him. That would be a massive shame, because no matter what you want to say about the man, he is such a damn good pro wrestler. Don't forget about all the storytelling he did over the last 12 months. So this is a massive wait and see. Very well be the end. Number 5, Tomaso Ciampa. Once again, this is just me being somebody's dad and worrying massively. But recently, we saw Tomaso Ciampa and The Miz team up as a team. I said team twice because I'm an idiot. And then one day, Ciampa was just gone. We did kind of refer to this on Raw when Johnny Gargano said that he had texted his old friend. Once again, if you go out there into news world, he sadly had suffered yet another injury and had to get more surgery. Now, nobody is better at coming back from this stuff than Ciampa. He's done it time and time again. But when you know about his neck and all the damage that he's done to it, well, of course you're going to be a little bit concerned. At one stage, he even said, I don't know if my body was able to handle the main roster. Now, thankfully, of course, we do less dates than it is. But look how it all builds up. There's also just so little news out there about this. I don't know what's going on. So this could be me hitting the panic button when there's no need. But I need a proper Tomaso Ciampa run on the main roster. When you go through every single wrestler in that company, few would deserve it more. Number 4, The Rock. Now, come 2023 in WrestleMania, maybe, just maybe, The Rock is going to come back to WWE and he's going to have a match with Roman Reigns. But right now, do we know that to be the case? The answer is not. Because of course he is one of the biggest, if not the biggest star in Hollywood. So if all of a sudden, I don't know, Stanley Kubrick comes back from the dead, where did that director come from? Martin Scorsese. Maybe Martin Scorsese decides, I want to do something with Dwayne Johnson. You can bet your ass he's going to say to Paul Levesque, sorry there, old friend, I'm going to go do another movie. And that's that, it's dead. It's why it hasn't been confirmed yet. Like if The Rock could 100% say, I will be there, WWE would be shouting from the rooftops. But if he does miss WrestleMania 39, and we get to WrestleMania 40, he is then 51 or 52 years old, so the clock is against him. And what if we get to 2024 and the same thing happens again? Maybe Michael Keaton makes a film and says that he wants The Rock. So this is why I feel like you do have to include him in this list. We all assume we're going to get that Roman Reigns Rock match, but if we don't, I don't think we're ever going to see him again in the ring. And it would be a shame because somebody with that kind of legacy and that kind of career history does deserve one last big match. I suppose you could always do that when you induct him in the Hall of Fame. We shall have to wait and see. Number 3, Triple H. The new leader of WWE. Every single day, I'm not kidding, somebody goes to my Twitter at Simon316 and they send me a tweet that says, Simon, do you think that Triple H is getting back in the ring? So I thought I'd use this video to let you know, no, I don't. And he has said as much when he did his interview runs a few months ago after his heart issue, but because of that, he has come to the realization, well, there's no point me risking anything, especially with my family, by doing one match. So I'm done, it's over, I'm retired. Now, I can only assume that some people have totally missed that these words came out of his mouth. So now I am the messenger, I am the conduit, and I am passing it on to you. I mean, why did you think we had that WrestleMania 38 spot on night 2 when he came out and he left his boots in the ring? Now, don't get me wrong, it is absolutely tragic and it's so damn sad. Triple H is one of my favorite wrestlers ever, and much like The Rock, I would have loved it if he could just have one last big grand match. But it's time to leave the memories alone. Lovely memories they were, apart from that Reign of Terror thing. Number 2, Adam Cole. And this is another one that scares the pants off me, and nobody needs that, but Adam Cole suffered a very serious concussion in that Forbidden Door pay-per-view match, and ever since, not only have we not seen him, but when people start talking about him, they're like, oh man, we're really worried. It's like, no, don't be worried about Adam Cole, he has to be okay. And we can all turn to Bryan Danielson when it comes to this kind of stuff. He suffered crazy concussions, but he was able to return. This is just me being like, holy crap, a few months have passed, we haven't heard about Adam Cole, we haven't seen Adam Cole, even though he is having a terrific time on Twitch, because he just is the best person in the world. But the other day on the Wrestling Observer Radio, even Dave Meltzer said, when it comes to your brain, you don't know what's going to happen, so we can't call it either way. So this is basically me using my platform to send out positive vibes, here I go, to Adam Cole. And I hope they hit him in the face and he can just come back and continue to wrestle because he is damn good. I'm sick of all this negative Nancy stuff. Oh, he's not big enough to be a wrestler. I don't care about that. If you're into weight categories, watch MMA. You should watch MMA. It's really, really good. But this is wrestling. Let's have fun. Number 1, Paul White. Now, this is an interesting one to throw into the mix because you could argue that the Big Show is already retired. But when he did sign with AEW, there was a lot of teasing that he was going to be used as a special attraction. And he did have that match against the Factory, and then nothing has happened since. He did buy the rights to Captain Insano, which we saw in one of the Acclaim's music videos. But once again, this seems like the kind of guy that deserves to have one big finale before he walks off into the sunset. I mean, you could say whatever you want about the Big Show, but look at his career. When you take your first bump in training, if some magic genie popped up and said, oh, do you want to have the same run as him? You'd be like, yes. Plus I get to turn heel about 900,000 times. So hopefully he is still good to go, and hopefully AEW at some point will have something planned for him. But for right now, this could be another legend that's totally done. That's why all of this has made me feel like a very sad panda. Know of any other wrestlers that may be done forever, which is totally scary? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to like the video, share the video, and subscribe, the YouTube trifecta. Then head over to whatculture.com where you can read yourself some articles. Make sure you come follow us on social media at Simon316 and at WhatCultureWWE. There's loads of list videos. I mean, there's a ton. Just go watch half. My name is Simon What Culture. Thank you very much for joining me as always. I'll see you soon.